Mention Selçuk to anyone who's heard of it, and they'll likely tell you it's the town you stay in when you visit the ancient ruins at Ephesus, or if you want to make a day trip to the Ottoman village of Cirense. But I'm here to tell you that this town in Turkey's southwest Anatolia, with its sidewalks adorned with orange trees, is more than that. In fact, if you come for Ephesus, you would do well to block off extra time here.
It's Saturday afternoon in Selçuk, and to my delight, the entire core of the town has transformed into an outdoor market. All of the streets crammed with market stalls, people selling lots of fresh produce of fruits and vegetables, but an assortment of other things. My pension is just down the street. And to tell you the truth, I'm very tired. Having gotten up early this morning, I caught a flight from Istanbul, and having taken a train from Izmir airport. But what can you do? You get to a place and it's so full of life, and it's a one-day-of-week event, so I didn't want to miss it. It's quite larger than I would have ever suspected. It just took me off guard to see this, because it truly fills the center of the town. Every street is a market, and I'll swing the camera around and let you get an idea of this square, which is quite large, and it's a sea of market umbrellas.
Düştü abla. Abla düştü. Akşam oldu böyle oldu.
I get a couple of things. Sağ ol. Keyfim yok bugün.
Zaten gün sonunda da artık geliyorsun.
Aynen. Kilo. 15-17 buçuk.
Ben daha böyle bir adamım. Vallahi billahi aradı beni. Ben dedim bana almıyorum.
Anne nereye koyayım?
Marketimizin nerede görüyorsun?
Hadi kolay gelsin.
If you come to Selçuk, there's no way not to notice the fairy tale Ottoman-era fortress atop a Yusuluk hill that towers over the town. The hill is part of the ancient Ephesus World Heritage Site. But civilization on this hill is much older than that of Ephesus itself. Extensive excavation here during the last quarter of the 20th century revealed that the hill was occupied by the ancient Hittites more than 2,000 years before Christ. I'm inside a structure at the very crest of the fortress that just reeks with lonely antiquity. The walls are gouged out in places, but there's still a roof covering, albeit with holes. There's water that's collected on the floor, and much of the plaster has fallen off of the original stone and brick walls. Even if history isn't your thing, it would be impossible not to love this fortress. For its positioning alone, at the top of this hill, overlooking the olive groves and vineyards of the valley around us, over to Ephesus, and just a few miles west of here, on the horizon, the Aegean Sea. Just climb up to the parapets, look over the top, and it's kind of a wonderland.
At the fortress, I met cousins Harun and Dilek, who, like many Turks, are proud of their heritage sites and weren't shy about trying to sell me on their hometown in eastern Turkey.
My cousin is like an English
Yes.
teacher,
Hi.
and he live in Gaziantep, the city of the one of the most beautiful city in the east
Delicious
part as
food.
well. Yeah, about the kitchen is very famous, Gaziantep. I can recommend it to you, really.
What doesn't need selling are the ruins of this once elegant church on the same hill, the Basilica of St. John, built in the 6th century on the order of Roman Emperor Justinian I, and for the reason of what he believed then and what has become traditional belief ever since, that this is the burial place of the Apostle John.
The basilica replaced a much older, smaller church named in the apostle's honor, and which had been a pilgrimage site for centuries before the basilica was built. What we know of this place mostly comes from the Greek scholar Procopius, who wrote about Justinian's efforts to tear down the old small church and put up this great basilica, which for many years thereafter was considered a marvel of the ancient world. Although you can see artist renderings of the way this great basilica once appeared, it's difficult to imagine it simply by walking through it, because so little here, including the place where I'm standing, is left under roof at all.
At the foot of the hill, the 7.5-century-old Isa Bey Mosque.
This mosque dates from the year 1375 and is one of the oldest and most impressive of the pieces of architecture from the period known as the Anatolian Beyliks, when much of present-day Turkey was comprised of a series of city-states ruled over by beys, hence the name Beyliks.
Selçuk is a town that respects its own history, as with this old Ottoman structure located where you might expect to see, well, a gas station. Sheep graze on the edge of town as they have for centuries. Open space in Selçuk is plentiful. Its pedestrian-friendly shopping district is oriented toward people, not cars. You can hang out there, beneath ancient Roman aqueducts, almost all of which double as housing for the town's colony of storks. And yes, good eats are never far away.
So I'm having a late lunch at an outdoor cafe, and I asked for the chicken kebabs, and I'm amazed at what I've been given. Wonderful looking salad, some naan, some chili peppers, cut up pickles, and the kebabs, which look delicious, along with some rice. So I'm about to dig in. And they are delicious. Well, time to turn off the camera and enjoy this meal, which, by the way, I think costs a little less than $4. Incredible.